Okay, well, I got it anyway. Less price than originally because he had two, and this one was not a colour I liked. Didn't think colour would come into it, to be honest, but it does. So we'll work out where I'm coming from. There we are. It did in this instance. But the other one, the reason it didn't go for the other one was that it just didn't ride right at all. It was really, really down on power. And I wasn't going to gamble that sort of money. It was just the bearings. Apparently there's a set of bearings that if you don't oil them, they're not sealed, don't work properly. So anyway, long story short, got it. Okay, and it doesn't quite look like the picture I just showed you. That is what we're testing. Now it is relatively new. The guy I bought it from has only used it a handful of times, and it's just over a year old, but the frame has been sprayed black and the decals have been removed. I've just noticed it's missing that part of the battery bolt, so need to get that off him. He swapped it out. He had two, but he swapped it out for the other one I was going to buy, and I went with this one because the other one was down on power as far as I could see. So yeah, not sure about that being there, but there we go. So we've got off, on. This magnetic cuts it out. It's not actually currently working, that. Map 1, map 2, front brake, and a clutch, amazingly. A clutch. And there's the casing. And there's the motor. Electric motor, battery, charge port, on and off button, which is there. And a battery status, which you can see there. So if I turn it on, you'll see it is full. So let's go in there. Let's go and have a razz about on this and see how we get on. Okay, and this I just pulled out of the garage is my trials riding helmet. Okay, let's see what this looks like in our damp, horrible garage. It's not mouldy, I don't think. It's been in a plastic bag. It smells awful. Oh wow, some trials riding gloves in there as well. Okay, this is incredibly awkward to do one-handed, I now realise. There we go. Okay. Excellent. And some gloves. That's a bonus. Good stuff. Right. Pair of gloves and a helmet. Let's smell them. Woo! But at least we got it. Okay, I mean, I've just come up a massive hill. Couldn't film it. But it's, I've come all the way up that. No issues at all. Loose stones everywhere, little leaves. Plenty of torque in map 1, which I believe isn't the most powerful version. And I've come to this little area here, which is pretty secluded. And I'll just do a bit of filming. Try and work out a couple of little sections and do a couple of shots and see what you think. So always difficult to pick up on camera, but this is a really, really steep hill. I'm going to try and head off down there, come around this tree here, round, up, over this bank, around, through and up. And if I try and get a... Wait up. You kind of start to see the angle that it's actually travelling on. Wait up. As you can see, I can hardly grip the bank. It's a tall climb. Here's a tall climb. So I'm going to try and film it anyway and get the best possible angle I can and see how it goes. Easy. Okay, we're just going to try over a log. It's so high, you know, it's It's knee height. Let's go and try it. Easy. A bit slower. That's interesting. As I landed, I rolled the throttle off and it came to quite an abrupt stop. Ow! Let's try it again. I've got half a tree caught in me. So let's try again. Okay, we got a lovely bubbling brook. So I'm going to make up a section where I shall show you now. Going to come down this part here, up over that log, and you got some nasty tree roots there. So one there, big one bowling out with an undercut under it, over the top of that and around and out. I'm only doing short ones, I'm filming myself. I might come out and around, back over that log, say, down here, through here, and I'm job done. No, let's go down, drop off into the brook and out. Disadvantage of leaving your gloves for 4 or 5 years in your garage is they get damp and then they rot. You start working them. Oh, right, we've got one more section before the light closes on me for today. Big root. I mean, it's 7 foot. It's about knee height. Then you're up onto that stone there, up and then through, and obviously you don't want to hit your foot peg on this corner. Up and out of that. Quite an incline. Spin it around. Don't want this to be a video about my riding ability, but just trying to test it and the amount of torque it's got and how snappy it is. And it lets off the power really nice. And obviously gear selection, it just isn't an issue. Saying that, I could probably come back round this way. So let's just try and get it all on camera. There's a bit of a drop off here, look. Oh yep, almost fell over. As you can tell, that's how steep it is anyway. How am I finding this bike then? Well, the battery LED says full. I've been out for 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I mean, I've ridden to where I am now. Maybe I'm not doing as much as you'd usually do, but flipping out, it's on full. So unless you get a massive drop off after full, it's performing really, really well. And bearing in mind, it's not brand new. Pretty much hasn't been used. Love it, absolutely love it. I'm in the forest now. My bike is on. Really nice. The clutch, haven't really used that yet. I keep pulling it because I'm just used to doing it. So when you're at the speeds and when you're trying to do something, I'm pulling the clutch in and letting it go. So I am doing something with it, but I'm not specifically using it tailored to this bike, to the electric version. But it's brilliant. When I took the other one for a test ride, I think I briefly touched on this, I went out on it and I was really disappointed. I was like, oh no, it's lacking some punch, it's just not enough. I'm used to riding, well, years ago, used to ride a Gas 280 Pro, and that's got some punch. Crank it up, drop the clutch, boom, it's got that kick. Whereas this, when I test ride this other one, it was nothing. You could pick the front wheel up to wheelie, and it would drop off, and I was like, oh no. And I was genuinely disappointed, but he said, oh, have a quick go on this black one you don't like, because I don't like the fact it's been sprayed, you see. And I got on it and I rode it for 20 seconds. The other one I rode for 30 minutes trying to work out if it's something I was doing wrong because I hadn't ridden for years. Got on this one, rode it for 20 seconds, right, brilliant. That one, brilliant. So I went for this one purely based on the fact I want a good trials riding experience with the bike rather than what it looks like. So I've just bitten the bullet and gone, black, don't like it, Marmite type job. But who cares, it performs really well. So I'm going to revisit this tomorrow because the time is now 4:05, sunset is at 16:24. This is brilliant, this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, look where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere. People do walk their dogs along here, right along the top there, but down here is a brook that runs all the way basically along here. So there's loads to do. I'll show you the one up this way. That there is a Scottish 6-day trial type job, and it goes all the way up and around. So there is loads to explore, loads more testing to do on this bike, and I'm going to try and get someone out if I can, might be one of my kids, to try and come in, get the angles it goes up. I mean, the first hill I hit on the mapping, which is here, was just set at 1, which I think, I need to do some research, don't I? I haven't done any reading the manual or anything like this. That just went up there, a breeze, an absolute breeze. The other thing is, of course, when you hit a hill, and if you haven't got the right gear, well, this doesn't matter, it's all on the throttle and the mapping, but it's all on the throttle. So you're good to go, and you just tail it off and pick it up whatever you want. One thing you're supposed to do is the bearings aren't sealed, which is very strange, which this is the rod through the motor, apparently. And this one's a little bit noisy, but so there's a friction there, so it's actually losing a bit of power, but I reckon it's about 5% it's losing. So I'm going to replace those at some point. But if they get wet, like in the stream, which I haven't really gone up today, just through, you're supposed to clean them out and grease them up. Squirrel just fell out of a tree. So I'm going to try and look, see if you can get any sealed ones to put in there, and I might contact a vendor and ask them, or distributor, ask them, is there a reason they're not sealed? Because if there is, obviously I won't fit sealed ones. But that is apparently critical. It's about the only wearing, apart from chain and sprockets, it's the only, and tires, it's the only wearing part and maintenance thing you need to do, which is keep those greased and or replace them. So I'll quieten it down with that at some point, but I'm just going to carry on testing it. Is it now anything above what it is already? It is awesome. It's just got bags of power. I've used no petrol, no oil. I can go on this whenever I like. Don't need to remember to get some fuel, mix it with the oil, none of that rubbish. Just literally pull out the garage, boom, gone. Awesome, absolutely awesome. And the recharge for this is the sports version, or sport version. It recharges to 80% in an hour, I think it is, which is remarkable. If it does 3 hours of trials riding rather than bombing it along a road or using it as motocrosser, which is sacrilege, using a trials bike as a motocrosser, you know, it's gonna get another couple of hours at least of trials riding in an hour. So yeah, anyway, more on that tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be really good. Hopefully I'll get someone to help me film, and we'll go into it a lot more detail. I think of it, this is the noise. Now, some of that I've been told is slightly worn bearings, because the previous owner never greased them. He didn't realise that. Should have mentioned that. He did not realise. So the other one I tried, under on power, was simply because they weren't greased at all and it was used more. And this one is starting to be like that. Go on then. I've seen a big log. Should we give it a go? Let's try it. Let's give it a go. Got a nice little shape there to kick your back wheel out and cause you all sorts of problems. Steps, go on then. Okay, so we're all charged up. It didn't really use much yesterday. One thing to be noted is that the positioning of the charge cable into here is extremely awkward. Let me get a light on so you can see. So it plugs in here, but it's so tight to the frame and the cable's quite thick that you have to actually twist it to slot it in. It only goes in one way. It's in a triangle formation, the pins, 3 pins. It's really, really awkward. I mean, it'd have been lovely if it was here. Just plug it to the side. I suppose this stops someone walking by and knocking it and snapping the connector, but very awkward to actually get in. So typically, yesterday was a nice day, and today it's just spotting down now, but it was tipping down with rain, as you can see. But one thing that's very noticeable from watching all the other videos is that this is a lot noisier than it should be, but it does perform well. And you kind of got that impression yesterday. I've watched a video of the production, so unless they've tampered with the sound, that wasn't a whistle, it was car brakes. Unless they tampered with the sound on their editing on their video, need a screw in there with a washer on it, by the way. Got the screw, haven't got the washer. Unless they've tampered with it, it should be miles quieter. So anyway, I've got a couple of kids to film me today, so hopefully we can get going. And there she is with the gloves.
Daddy, that's a big one.
One more time. Can't do it. Can't do it.
What a good dog over there. What are you trying to do that's different from that then?
Get the back. Put the foot down.
Oh, okay.
Put the foot down in trial. Who's the point, didn't you?
Don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, so close.
Be careful, Daddy.
Bruce is coming. Okay, should we go down, Ruby?
Yeah.
This is Bruce's play area. This is where Bruce plays and he doesn't need toys.
Plenty of talk.
Hang on.
Not having gears makes a massive difference. So the stream route I just did then, no gear changes all the way up, managed to jump over a log and then hit it straight up to that hill. It's real steep and real slippy, and it's just feathering it to the throttle rather than gears. So it's all on the throttle. The only thing with this is I don't think it can be adjusted. But see how fit I am. Winding it right back is the only way you can get peak power, so it's full. I mean, it kind of makes common sense. But usually I'm used to using the throttle, gets to about there, and that's peak. But it's actually on this one, it's just a little bit more, so I might mess around with it and twist this throttle forward a little bit so I can have peak power easier. But performing really, really well. It's not just a bit noisy, performing brilliantly. Love it. Well, this is the theory. Over that log there, down in, and then up and out over this bank. And obviously there's a gap between that up and this up. Don't really know what I'm doing, but then I'm going to land it to the side, hopefully. So let's get on it. Can't stand up even.
Look at him go! It's really high. There he goes.
Do I love motorbikes? I do. Do I like petrol ones? Not so much anymore. It's where it's at, isn't it? No pollution, no petrol, no oil. No inconvenience of actually filling up. Just literally charge it up and get on it right out.
It's not noisy for everyone else to listen to.
It's a bit too noisy. It should be actually. It should be even quieter. It's quite good. Oh, this thing is brilliant. I mean, I've just come up that stream, which is pretty difficult. Very, very slippery, quite deep, can't quite see what you're doing. Yeah, it's responding really, really well. I love it. Right, so this is the babbling brook. We got a little girl crying in the background because she fell over. But as you can see, this is the sort of stuff for taking it up. You know, I haven't got my boots, unfortunately. I say it's been a long time since I've ridden. And I just slipped over. I got my foot soaking wet. It's really, really slippy. Anyway, so we'll work our way up there. and see what we can do. Ugh, I got my other foot wet now. The other advantage, of course, is that you lay it on its side, you've got no oil to drip out or fuel. So no turning off your fuel tap or anything like that, no carb to drain. Lay on its side, no problems. Yeah, I can't get at that. Or that. Well, that's intriguing though, isn't it? But there's no way. It goes real steep then. That's British Championship level, that one up there. I'm far from that. Right, it's probably had an hour's worth of riding, and that's the battery status. Unbelievable, isn't it? You just do loads of trials with it, absolutely loads. And essentially, it's cost a few pence. So the initial outlay is negated by the fact that it costs you next to nothing to run. So here we go. This is non-biker now. Don't a tiny little bit of throttle, and then get straight up on the pegs. So this is a complete novice, pretty much. She has ridden the petrol trials bike. Okay, camera cut out. So back on another camera now. Whoa. So as I was saying, she's ridden the petrol one, but only for about 10 years ago, and for about 5 minutes, if that. So the advantage of this, of course, is if you're a complete novice. Apart from that, it's quite jumpy. Actually, Amy.
Oh, I can't hear you.
No, she can't hear anything because it's so noisy. Would be sensible to take it off the Pro model and put it onto Novice, so it's a lot softer. There we go. So it's got a Novice setting.
Running at the moment, so.
And so now it should be a lot tamer. You can't suddenly kick the throttle back. There's a problem. She successfully made it just down there as the camera cut off and loses enough memory. Looking good. These actually, this is how stupid I am. These are actually my best jeans. But there we go. At least they don't stink of oil and fumes, which is one good thing. But they are slightly dirty. I don't garnish myself with many clothes. Buy gadgets, but not really into fashion, as you may have been able to tell. Looking good though. What's it like?
It's good. It's very powerful. I tried to turn and nearly fell in the stream.
But how? What do you think about how easy it is just to get on it and ride it?
Oh, it's quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that I got to learn to control it. See? It's got
Yeah.
a tiny little movement.
Yeah, the little tiny movie has electronic throttle, of course. So there's no wire through it. It's electronic. Don't run your daughter over. That would make a video, wouldn't it? Turn in, let's see a turn then. You should be up on the pegs when you turn in. That black is growing on me. Need to get the...
Okay.
Call that quits. You got away with it enough. No incidents. But the black is growing on me. Just need to get the rear
My coat.
mud guard done. Yeah, you completely blend in.
I look like a real biker in this coat.
Do you? But you like it though?
I do.
Alright, I'll have to get you one. Bye. Right, I've just discovered something. I've put that onto Novice for Amy. That is not Novice. This is massively torquier.
I
So
thought
as
it
soon
was.
as you touch the throttle, it's really, really torquey. It's like
Yeah, I have
really
noticed.
torquey.
So I nearly end up in the
I
stream.
don't know if it's the reverse of what it should be, but Novice setting is more punchy than Trials setting. So almost too much. This is quite risky because my foot pegs will touch the side, so I need to get it on the back wheel to be able to get it over this thing. So it's quite risky. Lovely. We're all good. We're all good. I got soaking wet foot now.
Bet you're glad you wore your best trainers.
And trousers, I said on camera, yeah. Ridiculous. Silly, really. I'm actually now going to turn it onto Novice mode, because that's the most powerful mode. I'm just going to try and whip it up here. It's a bit an unstable mode. It's almost like it's been reprogrammed, but not very well. There we are. That's very jumpy, look. Let's see. It's like a beast. Boom, boom. Right, are you ready, boys and girls?
Yeah.
Is your daddy going to
Yeah.
get a broken leg, or is he going to do it?
No.
Oh, right then. Head away, Bruce.
Unless Donkey gets in the way.
Daddy going to
Donkey!
Bruce, you're right on my line. Right on it.
Bruce!
Hello, everybody.
Woo!
Oh, here we are. Hello. It's a nice little bank. This thing is just exceptional. It's just amazing. It's an amazing bike. If you're thinking of getting one, you're not going to be disappointed. That's for sure. It's just amazing. Just so much torque, so much power. See if I can actually. See, I used to ride. Right, let's try and get up there.
No, we're not going up there, Rubes. We're walking along the path.
Changed my route a little bit because the little boy got in the way. He wasn't to know.
There's a stick in my bird.
Is that?
Spot on.
Stick in my
Okay, Ruby.
Do it. So here we are. It's all covered in mud, as you'd expect. The battery status is there. I think it's gone down. It may have gone down 1, 2, 3, and we have been out for a long time. But working, lovely. Need to sort out noise, and that mapping is a bit weird with the controller. Let me have a quick look. So let me show you. So you got, not clearly says, if I can get it to actually work, Novice, Trek and Trial. Well, you put it on Novice, it is a crazy performance, really torquey. Not going to use a pressure washer. Don't think there's any particular reason why not to, but it's not done it. No exhaust, nothing, no packing in the exhaust to do, nothing at all. I'll wash it down and put it away basically. That's about it. Okay, and it's all cleaned off now. Looking as good as new. Look at that. Beautiful. What a great machine. Really good. So, in summary, this is it's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you're thinking about going electric trials or getting a trials bike but worried about the noise, etc., then you can't really go wrong with this. I mean, I'll put on a year's ownership review, but that's going to be a year's time. The battery has lasted more. I mean, I'm tired out. I mean, I haven't done it for years, but I'm tired out. And we've been out a couple of hours this morning, and the battery has just lost those 3 little bars on it. It's got about another, how many's got to go? Can I see it whilst it's off? So, yeah, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more bars to lose. So yeah, so apart from this one being a bit quirky because it is used, that's strange. It doesn't matter, now I know. But that's odd. That's been programmed oddly. And the noise, the bearings, I will do a separate video later on when I actually swap them out. I'm going to speak to a distributor and just see if that's definitely what it is, and if it is that, then I'll do a video on how to swap them out if it's possible for me to do it. So yeah, this is it's a cracking machine. So just tyres and chain sprockets basically, and possibly a front belt, which is housed in here, so it runs primary as a belt and then secondary is the chain. So yeah, I will do more videos as I go along in terms of maintenance and stuff like that, which is going to be minimal, as I say, hopefully. Need to get a thing from here, but I've seen Splat Shop seem to have all the components, so and things like that. I'll ring them up and just ask them what the part number is. I've also got a manual. I'll show you that in a sec. I'll show you it on the PC. It's on a CD, so I've got a MacBook. It's got no CD driver course and no actual USB port, so I've copied it across, and I will get that. I'll show you that now. But in terms of performance, this is not lacking. In fact, let's say the full power mode is a bit spicy. So unless that full power mode is some custom mode, then yeah, you're not going to want in this. You're not going to want for power. It is very torquey, as you probably expect from an electric motor. but rides very well. Suspension's a bit soft, but you can adjust that. It's adjustable suspension. And obviously you could actually, if you really wanted to go to town and customize it completely, you could just swap it over with something completely different. But I've been told it's a Sherco frame, and I presume a Sherco mudguard. The only thing I suppose it's lacking is lights, but nowadays you can get good powerful LED bicycle lights, so, and I don't fancy trials riding in pitch black anyway. But there you go, awesome. So here's the manual, got that, and it's just off the CD basically. There's an English version and a French version, but it goes through all the details you could want to know about the bike. After first use, what you've got to do there, general characteristics. You've basically got all the information you know. Utilising a high pressure machine is not advice because it is possible to damage the stickers or the components. Oh, okay, or just be 47 mils and blah blah. So good job I hosed it down anyway then. Rear suspension, EMS Sport. It's all good, it's all adjustments. I could mess about with those adjustments, see. Yeah. Gonna leave it as it is. Hydraulic forks, changing the oil, that'll have to be done at some point, not now. Yeah, so what's that there? Oil seat change, right side. Okay, and that's just all the information. So pretty much you can get this manual, presumably online or direct from them, or if you email me I could probably send you it if you're struggling to find yours. I'm going to read through all that and go through it at some other point in time, but it's all the suspension unit and stuff like that, servicing it and blah blah. Yeah, there you go, and you get videos and stuff on the CD, but the manual is probably the most important thing, to be fair. Right, cheers guys, I hope this video has helped you out if you are in the market for one of these. I think as you've probably gathered, I am giving it a massive thumbs up. It is a brilliant machine. So easy to just use, get out of the shed, at your garage, and as long as it's fully charged, you're good to go. It's absolutely awesome. Please like and subscribe, and catch you next time. And there will be a series of these going up. I'll do bits and bobs and add it to a playlist called either electric motorcycles, or it may be specific to electric motion. So I'll probably make a specific playlist. You better subscribe to that playlist if you want. You gadget viewers who are used to viewing the other reviews, you will see these reviews popping up every now and again, in line with what I've just said. Cheers guys, laters.